in their division in England. They are played 13, won 6, lost 7, so they got parity, but in a very, very tough division for the Cardiff Blues Prem Select, to be fair. Just put together, probably enjoying another step up in level for most of these players.
Well, two influential players who started that game. It was firstly England international Ollie Barkley who kicked off, and then Thomas Williams, only change, one of a few changes in the back line for the Blues Premiership team. Talented player, and will form part of an experienced half-back partnership alongside Gareth Davis. Davis, who scored 9 points against London Welsh in the fixture previously. Well, positive start from Welsh. Barkley, flat ball, good, great grip coming from Gavin Dacey. Thomas, wide ball. Richard Smith was coming in, didn't quite get it. Now he offloads. Very good play indeed. But such a part of the game now. They climb, the centre's coming in, looking to rip the ball in the tackle. And on that occasion, Gavin Dacey did exceptionally well.
Yeah, he did really well, didn't he? What I liked as well then, Thomas Williams, big, long, 30-metre pass into space, and Alan Summerhill beat his first man and flicked the ball out. Obviously, it was repelled there by London Welsh, but it was a bit of a scramble defence. But Alan Summerhill looked, a nice opportunity to grab 5 metres down that right-hand channel for the Blues.
Well, short line, and it's referee Kirby just asking, how many have you got in there? Morris goes to the back, finds Pina. Side entry from that line out, and an early penalty giving away from the Blues.
Yeah, looked a bit soft. I think it was Miles Normandale, perhaps in from the side illegally. No hesitation there for Fergus Kirby, the English referee today. And what the Blues perhaps want to do is, and I'm not sort of tarnishing London Welsh with typical English approach to rugby, but they generally want to get away from this set piece, sort of kick to touch set piece, because they're quite a big, heavy side, London Welsh, and they don't want to Blues don't want to let them get settled, Andy, you know.
Well, Ollie Barkley there, sporting a beard, which is all the rage nowadays, Clem.
Yeah, I just can't grow one. And even if I could, I don't know what colour would come out.
I'd hazard a guess. Well, whilst just about managing to get the ball, Hodgson, the captain, did enough to deflect it their side. Glynn goes short this time. And again, good play by the Welsh. Lovely inroads into that Premiership. Excellent pick up by the captain, but just slightly knocked on. And that was a very, very positive start.
Yeah, they did cut them, didn't they? And James Lewis knocked it on. Fortunately for the Blues here, we see quite slick, really. Ollie Barkley bringing in the Fijian winger there, Dranui. And there's the ball spilt forward there, actually from Martin Thomas, former Scarlet and Dragon player.
Well, it's a good back three. Dranui, Alcock and Thomas. Not to mention a certain Guy Armitage stood in the midfield as well.
Yeah, he's a fair size, Andy, isn't he? 6'5", and got a season in too long with his big brothers. If you can get any bigger than that.
Well, there's Roland Phillips looking on. Someone I think we both played with or against. One of the first scrums of the game, so important, and it's as important probably for Fergus Kirby, the referee, just to set his stall out. No excuse from the players. Surface, as you would expect from an artificial pitch, perfect. Actually, several games I'm sure will have been curtailed today due to the frost. Good break from the back from Shiki. Williams. There's Davis. Making inroads from that far side. tying in the London Welsh defenders, committing men. Full three-quarter line now for the Blues. It's an opportunity. Oh, a little show and go. That was slightly forward. Such a shame there from Scott Andrews, because he worked exceptionally hard to get through and put the ball into the hands of Benham.
Yeah, that would have been interesting, one-on-one, but great play there. Scott Andrews having a good crack at hooker, formerly a tight end and probably still his preferred position, but he did really well. He showed a lot of energy to get to that short side there, and his first receiver, good feet, good hands, slightly forward.
Well, it just shows the willingness from this Blues select 15 to get the ball out wide, get it into the hands of the quick man.
That would have been a good one-on-one. Had that not been forward, Andy, it would have been interesting to see how Ellis Benham would have done there.
Well, he's done very well with junior teams, playing over in South Africa in a mini tournament. Also came really to the attention of the Blues in the Premiership 7 series, and he certainly has pace to burn and knows exactly where that try line is.
Yeah, interesting decision there from the referee, Fergus Kirby. He signalled advantage from that scrummage to London Welsh, but then he quickly turned that to a decisive penalty. I think he was targeting Brad Thayer on that occasion for really just going to ground. So a bit of a quick change of decision, given Ollie Barkley and London Welsh a good opportunity now to have their own throw just outside the Cardiff Blues 22.
Well, Barkley off that left foot, not too ambitious, just making sure he finds touch just outside the Blues 22.
Perfect conditions. I know the pitch is the pitch. It's always going to be perfect, but the wind, there's none of that. It's dry, it's crisp, so hopefully
just
minimal
cold enough.
mistakes.
Just cold enough to make you run a little bit quicker. Well, it's good control from London Welsh. And it's moments like this that they will. There's a little space over the top. I think that Glyn looked at that then, thought about dinking it over the top. Good fend from Armitage, still going, showing his strength. Then again, flat ball, finds his number 8, Murphy. Good pop up then to hooker Morris. This is ominous. Good work though at the back from Summerhill, trying to strip that ball. Still London Welsh go 5 metres short now. Arm out from the referee, playing advantage. Oh, look for a little slip ball then from the second row, Ben West. They'll go back for the penalty. And a little bit of control from the captain, Hodgson. But ominous really from London Welsh.
Yeah, they are cutting them, aren't they? Almost for fun there. I like the two banks of attack. You've got Thomas Williams there, trying to marshal his defence, but you know, to be fair to Ryan Glynn there, he's got a really good attacking options there with Welsh. They are cutting Cardiff Blues already. Good inroads there from Kieran Murphy as well.
I think the point I was going to make is that when it gets to the tight and you're looking for more control, the likes of the driving more, that's where being a club side and playing with these players week in, week out will come to the fore. Used to who you're alongside. Whereas for the Blues Premier Select, slightly more difficult.
Yeah, they are getting used to each other, and even though London Welsh have made 9 changes, as you say, Andy, they are in, you know, rock solid every week throughout the season to understand each other's moves and plays, really.
Go to the back. Now the drive will come on. First part is done, 5 metres short. Premier Select side, not a lot they can do. They go through. It looks as though it's the hooker. Now is the referee giving a try there? No, obstruction, crossing. So they'll go back for a penalty. Well, simply explained. He said it wasn't the same maul. Once you detached, I think further away would be an accidental offside when it's that close in and they're talking about a try.
Yeah, it looked powerful, didn't it? Here we see it. There is clear offside. I think that's what he's saying, that
Yeah,
it's become a separate maul, which is fair enough, good refereeing.
Well, it was Ben West, the big second row, who just was in front. I think it was actually Nathan Morris at the end, the hooker. Welsh-born hooker, born in Wrexham, Morris. And it looks as though there could be an early change here. Well, that's Darren Waters coming on, placing South African Pina. Certainly didn't look very comfortable there coming off.
Yeah, you wonder if he's niggled something there, but early.
Oh, it's an overthrow. Excellent hands then from Morris, finding Trevette, the former Blues player, would know this ground intimately. Glyn, the other part of that front row union. Good ball then. Alcock coming off a short pass from Barkley. Hands again from Barkley, using runners both backs and forwards, keeping the move alive. Gilden, front row really been prominent in this passage of play, as they are again by a hooker, Morris. Barkley waits. Oh, Gareth Davis looked to come in to try and take Joshua Nuiu, but the defence is rewarded with a penalty.
Yeah, for me, London Welsh again across that gain line too far for me. Here we see Joe Newey there, just shaking the tackle at Gareth Davis. I think Gareth Davis is going to sell himself there. He really has to make the hit on the gain line, even though there is a gulf in size between the two players. If you sell yourself, you've got to try and nail that guy in the gain line, but on that occasion, Welsh impeded. Yeah, good options there. Ollie Barkley's in a bit of an armchair. There's nowhere near him. When he's passing, he's not even under pressure. So even though it's good, honest defence from the Blues, I just still feel they need to step it up a little bit.
Well, you can see that they're trying to use Joe Nini. England sevens players as well, 20 tries, but the line out has gone astray on this occasion. That's the replacement. Waters straight into the action. Ball placed for scrum half. Then off Gareth Davis on the floor. Now, I can tell you as a former scrum half that Ryan Glynn knew exactly what he was doing there. I think that's Davis who's down, injured. You watch this now. Oh, he's down.
Yeah, fair play. You'd know about Andy, to be fair, but still a little bit of high risk, you know. I mean, he could have got the pass away, but he thought, nah, let's try and work the penalty. And on that occasion, it did pay dividends for him.
Good crowd in as well, which is good to see. Stars of the future here, mixed with experience. A couple of internationals on show.
Yeah,
experience like that man there, Davis,
and also his opponent, who's kicking 23 England caps, you know, 11 seasons with Bath. What a CV, Ollie Barkley.
But that doesn't guarantee finding touch from a penalty. Thomas Williams will bring it back. High ball from the scrum half. Chases on. Alex Summerhill will be one of the first there, along with Williams. Solid take though. London Welsh attack again. Barkley this time back to the corner. Realised that no fullback was there. So it'll be left to Alice Wynne Benham. And the youngster off the right foot. Not the biggest kick he'll ever have, but I think at times like that it was about clearing his lines and starting again.
Yeah, he'd be happy with that, and good solid touch finder there. Ollie Barkley, slightly ambitious, left foot there to the right touchline, slightly against the grain, didn't quite connect, didn't quite execute, but his intent was just to put Alice Wynne Bevan under a little bit of pressure, but he stood up to it.
Well, the three jumpers, Sliman, West and Murphy in the middle. It goes, and Murphy, but it's over the top. Good ball then from Scamark Williams. It'll show and go from outside Davis. All sorts of problems being caused on that far side. Dacey comes back inside. Ball is there for Williams. Groves. Good angle from Scott Andrews. Well, referee not interested much in that. Davis, flat ball, finds Summerhill. Summerhill, flat ball, then again to Benham. Steps back inside, does well. comes back to strength and support. Lovely pass coming from Brad Dyer. Groves again rides the tackle from Snyman. Thomas Williams. Dicomidis going the same way. Williams encouraging his forwards to come and offer themselves as runners. Miles Normandale on this occasion takes it just into the London Welsh 22 now. Little pick again from Groves. Does very well, makes that extra yard. Thomas Williams, there's an opportunity now. Dacey looks to get through, looks for the offload, couldn't quite find his centre partnership, Harry Millard, but very positive from the Cardiff Blues select.
Yeah, good turn of speed there, that man there. Dacey through the gap. I think it would all stem from a couple of metres nicked by Groves. You see good slick passing, good accuracy, almost through the gap. Good tackle there by London Welsh on that occasion. But that quick turn of speed there from Gavin Dacey did really well.
It was a very good tackle from Brendan Snyman, the second row for London Welsh, because had he not managed to pull down Dacey, I think the centre was away.
Yeah, his long limbs there just about grabbed him last minute. You're right there, Andy. But again, I think the intent, what I liked is that all started from an overthrow, but Thomas Williams, instead of hitting short into midfield, hit the wide channels, and that gets the Blues playing.
Well, there's a time and a place for a mismatch, a mispass rather, and we speak about it every game, and that certainly was one. Well, a groan from the crowd. I'll let you explain that one.
Well, they'd be keen to fix it up. In and across was the the verdict, and Craig Mitchell, the customary shaking of the head there from any tight head.
It is obligatory.
But but no, 2 scrums Blues, and you know, the Welsh have had soft penalties from them, so they need to show that up, I feel, because getting into those positions, they should remain there and sort of try and build the momentum.
It'll be Nathan Morris again. To a shortened line out. Well pinched though from Groves. Williams does well, doesn't give the pass, and another, well, I was going to say another very good pass, didn't quite work out that time.
13,
Nudged through from Armitage. Pick up, great play from Davis. Finds Summerhill, but doesn't find touch. They go again, Barkley, cross kick. There's an opportunity now for Orcott, but it's well read. Davis again, and this time Millard brings it away. Excellent interplay between himself and outside half Davis, who has been one of the protagonists in this passage of play. And again, the Blues are rewarded with a penalty, but some excellent skill shown by the outside half.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was the victim there, Nathan Morris. I've seen yellows given for that, but going back, Gareth Davis, lovely touches. I mean, some players go to ground there, but great skills. Quick offload there, allowing Ellis Winnie-Benham to get the kick away. Here we see another touch there, and again, you know, good patience in his own 22. Didn't panic, showing the good experience Gareth Davis has got.
Armitage showing his strength in midfield, still going. Barkley off that left hand. Oh, a little step inside. Normandale doing probably just about enough. Flat ball. It's that front row again. West still going. Oh, pinch over the top from Craig Mitchell. Very good indeed. It's Benham. Great feet from the winger and an excellent offload to Dicomidis. Well isolated, and Kieran Murphy has done exceptionally well to pinch that ball. Isolated. Barkley. Hodson, the captain, he finds Armitage. Barkley again, flat ball, this time to Ben West.
Penalty advantage.
Another penalty as the arm goes out from Fergus Kirby. Here's an opportunity. Waters, the replacement. Oh, a poor pass to his hooker, Nathan Morris. But I think, although it's a penalty to London Welsh, the move came to light with some excellent play from the young winger, Ellis Wynn Benham.
Absolutely good. Again, good, great feet there from the base from Ryan Glynn. Here we see it again, and it is slick passing, good hands Barkley, and just a poor pass really. You've got to nail those passes, but he's busy, and Cardiff Blues on that occasion not rolling away, so back for the penalty. However, had that pass been taken by London Welsh, it would have been advantage over, I feel, because they were in big space, Andy.
Well, it was the second, not the second row, it was the replacement, Darren Walters, who came on, couldn't find his hooker, which was surely an opportunity that London Welsh will rue.
So it's game on, to be fair, in summary this early, but the Blues, sometimes I feel London Welsh make too many yards in attack. Good options to the game line, it's the crisp conditions, but I feel sometimes Glynn and Ollie Barkley in too much space.
West takes it up to the back. There he comes yet again. Armitage clears the first tackle, an opportunity now. Meters short, will he get there? Stretches over, uses his momentum, and it's the big centre guy. Armitage goes over for his 10th try for London Welsh.
Yeah, again, it's all about angles, isn't it? And he's such a big man, but you have to nail that guy on the game line, really. And he did skip through the gap. And a couple of attempts that the Blues players will be disappointed about. Here we see it. It's almost sort of delayed and held, and here's the angle. I don't know if that caught Blues nap in there, but Jevon Groves.
So it's a simple flat ball off the back and right on the game line. Guy Armitage takes a very good angle despite the efforts of Thomas Williams. There was no stop in the big centre.
Yeah, I just think it caught Blues napping at the back because London Welsh sort of held it in for that split second and then fed Armitage on that angle. But Thomas Williams then in scrambling was a bit of a mismatch then, trying to pull the guy down. Well, here we see it. Bit of ball watching. Perhaps is the culprit there, but Brad Thayer, Jevon Groves. As soon as he's through and in behind the Blues, it's very, very difficult then for Thomas Williams to stop such a big runner there.
Well, a high restart.
Scrum advantage, great.
Groves tried to get it. It's Murphy now. And the number 8 makes inroads. Well, they're playing advantage. Now, to me, that is advantage.
Yeah, I agree. I think so because, you know, to be fair to Kieran Murphy there, he made good yards for London Welsh. And his pass was, I thought, well intercepted there by Scott Andrews. Good play by Scott Andrews, but the referee's brought it back.
A completely new front row for London Welsh. Nathan Trevett, former Blues player, Nathan Morris, and also Jack Gilding. And there you see change. Chris Dickamedi's got injured in that last passage of play, tried to run it off then from the kickoff, but it's not happening. And the Cypriot international has to leave the field of play. Shane Lewis Hughes, who comes on to replace Chris Dickamedis. Second row all changes because originally Miles Normandale was on the bench because Dolan, the American international, was going to start. A late change there, so now a completely new second row. Normandale and now Lewis Hughes. So early changes for the Premier Select 15 to deal with.
Bye. Set.
Murphy finds Glynn, straightens up. Good break from the scrum half, looking for the runner, but very well marshalled down by Harry Millard. Williams gone, scrum half. Leave it is the call from the referee. Real feisty character. Normandale continues the movement. Williams back up on his feet. They go short, looking to tie in London Welsh stragglers and defenders. Davis, flat ball behind. Dacey then.
Roll.
Good clear out coming, quick ball.
Backwards.
Oh, it's gone backwards though. Craig Mitchell did well to do that. Richard Smith dancing around in midfield, held up by second row West, and the ball has been pinched. It's an opportunity now for Welsh. They go blind. Little dink through from Lewis. Well, he wanted to keep that ball in the field of play. So dangerous. Quick ball. Lineout's taken very quickly. Davis wide ball then. He's gone again. Straight through. That is incredibly good play by the young winger Ellis Wynne-Benham. That's why he's been selected. That's what he can do. We saw quick feet in the first 10 minutes, and there you can see pace to burn, ability with his feet, and marks the first point for the Blues. Premiership 15.
Sensational, absolutely sensational. You made the point about kicking loose, even though it went out. Cardiff Blues' intent is to get ball in play and let's get into the hands of this guy. These one-on-ones are sensational. I mean, you know, quick step on Ollie Barkley, under Welsh cover, not quick enough, and great balance, great pace, and you know, tremendous with his feet so far, Andy, isn't he?
Do you know how good he is there? You wouldn't even have got him in touch and pass. Look, not even a hand, not even one hand below the waist.
Absolutely. As I say, bit of a skip, good power. Ellis Wynne-Benham, what a player.
Well, the first time I came across him was watching Wales went over under-20 side to play in South Africa. And he was very, very good indeed. And when he can do stuff like that, certainly helps your side. No wonder there's a willingness to get the ball wide. Extra points added by outside half Gareth Davis, but that, Clem, was magnificent.
It was, and you know, this is his third time ball in hand, I think. Obviously he's got to try on this occasion, but just even just prior to that, you know, just beating 3 or 4 men in close proximity. I think the sign of a good player is when you get the ball in hand, you're always looking to do something. But to be fair to the Blues as a collective, you know, showing that intent to take a quick throw, certainly given that opportunity to Benham on that occasion.
Barkley again goes deep. Plenty of running, plenty of intent now from the Premiership 15. Williams caught but offloaded, and there's a willingness to offload, knowing that there are support players coming. Can't go for touch because they took the ball into the 22, so Barkley will bring it back. Finds his number 8, Kieran Murphy, who's been very useful with ball in hand. Glynn to Barkley, flat ball to the try scorer, Armitage. Oh, shows good skill, as does the centre, James Lewis. Well, it's good offloading, Clem.
It is good offloading, and Ollie Barkley found the space superbly well. They got long limbs, some of these London Welsh players, but what I liked there was Harry Millard's tracking back. Here we see the big pass there to Armitage, but it's the anticipation, big tackle there from Benham, but it's as he's catching it, Millard's on him as well, so good defence, and I've been impressed with Millard in defence at outside centre. He's been really, really quick, because Welsh are keen to use.
A little bit of treatment and an opportunity for everybody to regroup and have a little chat.
I think that last phase of play, Andy, is a good example about defending as a unit. I think it's all well and good trying to defend the man with the ball, but you have to anticipate runners, offloads, because it's a cracking day for the offload game, and that's where I think your defence as a collective needs to be spot on.
Well, I think it'd be a case of getting the ball into the hands of Ellis Wynne-Benham. Stood just inside the left-hand shoulder of Gareth Davis. Quite often a great place to attack from, right on your own 22. Sometimes they're afforded a little bit more space. Now you can see what London Welsh are trying to do there. Push up on their left-hand side, just to make it more awkward for the Premiership halfbacks. Well, it also puts their back row just that metre closer to the outside half.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's very, very difficult to exploit what Gareth Davis and co are trying to achieve then. They always need a solid platform, but they are making life difficult for Thomas Williams to launch it. But what you have to say, Welsh have the upper hand in the scrum at this stage.
Crouch! Bind!
Well, it's a free kick which will be taken quickly by Williams. Well pulled back Davis on the wraparound. Action on play. Summerhill timing his run from full-back again off the outside half. Williams looks this time back towards midfield.
Leave it 7!
Hodgson is told in no uncertain terms by the referee to get his hands out of there. Groves just does the simple thing, takes it forward as you'd expect from your captain. A loose pass from Davis is a knock-on advantage.
Sorry, one, you right?
A rare mistake from the outside half, Davis.
Leave it away. Let go. Oh, sorry, I'll go up.
Roland yn ymuno gyda fi, eich argraffiadau chi, mae'n agos.
Oh, you're right, it's
Mae'n agos, mae'n gêm agored gweud y gwir, ond dwi'n gwybod mae'r ddoi tîm eisiau ware, ond mae'n bwysig i ni cadw pel,
Tell you what Cardiff Blues got on show, Andy, for me is a very, very good back. You know, they've got a great balance. Cardiff Davis,
turnover,
Dacey, bit more experience,
really
exciting.
Mae'n gwybod mae Cardiff eisiau ware, mae'n ymddiffyniad ar y foment, ond gysni un problem yna control nhw'r
ond
na, mae'n gêm dda iawn, mae'r ddoi tîm eisiau ware.
Y ddau dim eisiau chwarae fel o'ch chi'n gweud, yr amddiffyn yn gry, ond y cais unigol na gan Ellis Wyn, yr asgellwr dawnus.
It's been pinched now. Cheeky at the base, finds Williams to Davis.
I gofalu'r ôl y foment, ond gweud y gwir, o'n i wedi torrodd y tîm.
Excluded from the movement, probably wisely on that occasion. That's the replacement. Shane Lewis-Hughes takes it up, rides the tackle. Now he has to look after that ball. He does that. Thomas Williams, little snipe from the scrum half, does very well. Good feet. Such a competitive little player. Good flick out the back door. Continuing forward, sensibly taking the ball out while their scrum half's down. Murphy makes the tackle for London Welsh. Davis, options either side, looks to go a little bit wider. It's pulled back. Millard is down. Immediately he gets back up to his feet. Width again. Summerhill this time. Looks for space, looks for support, rides the tackle, places the ball.
13 out, move! Good, thank you.
Lewis-Hughes certainly straight into the action, making an impact off the bench. And Williams getting the ball this time and sensibly calming it down.
Yeah, mixing it up, isn't he? You know, realised, well, okay, it was a busy period, didn't really get much game. You know, big, good runners there by Lewis-Hughes, and Sheiky's running well to the gain line as well. And is it time to settle it down? And Gareth Davis now can have an opportunity of 3 points and nudge Cardiff Blues select ahead.
Well, that's where you get the balance right between the experience, the likes of Jevon Groves captaining the side.
Yeah, but you know the laws. You need to change
Good play from Thomas Williams. Free kick from the scrum, taking it quickly, knows that people can't touch you within 10 on this occasion. Understand where he is. Doesn't want to go, can't go quickly all the time. Good strike from the outside half. Simple as that, and he was confident, he turned straight away. He knew exactly where that was going. Say 9 points in the fixture against London Welsh earlier on in the group, and he's already up to 5.
Great kick. I mean, you know, 45 plus metres there, managed it superbly. And for me, the Blues deserve to get ahead. I mean, the last 5-10 minutes it belonged to them. London Welsh was starting to find their feet, become a bit more powerful, but the Blues got amongst it. through some quick plays, some cheeky plays from the likes of Thomas Williams. Benham's try, and all of a sudden the Blues are ahead.
Well, soft play from the Premiership 15, you have to say. You have to reinforce that penalty that Davis has just kicked. Didn't really boss that restart, and as a consequence, London Welsh. That's a good kick-off from Barkley. Got it just about right this time.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. How many times do we say it every week, don't we? That we score and then we fail then to clear our lines efficiently. On that occasion, Shane Lewis-Hughes and Craig Mitchell looked at a loss in terms of who's going to get up and try and take that. It should have been Lewis-Hughes, being the taller, maybe Mitchell to support, but it nearly presented Drownui with an opportunity to nick something there, get down that left-hand touchline for London Welsh, Andy.
Well, I think that was Ben West there the second round, a little bit of treatment. He didn't look too clever sat down there. Looked to be a problem with his ankle. Certainly back up on his feet, but with the support of the medical staff, and I think he's not going to be going much further. Say, a good crowd again for these games, and it is an entertaining game. It's an opportunity to see stars of the future, and it's worth the entrance fee alone to see the quick feet of winger Ellis Wynne-Benham.
No, I agree with you. I think obviously, you know, you got Premiership rugby going well. You got regional rugby, which is a bit more conservative, a bit more cautious, but this middle ground, if you like, there's a lot of intent. Let's try things. Let's pull new combinations together, new units. You will see the opportunity for the likes of this guy who's got a big future already, isn't he, Wynne-Benham? Great feet there, and the highlight of the half so far.
Well, the beauty of someone like, as you say, he came to the fore in the Premiership sevens. Opportunity, I'm sure you'll have the Welsh sevens looking at him, and it's something to get involved in that higher level, understand what professionalism is about, understand what international rugby is about.
That's right, the mindset this morning for these players is that they know it's a step up. Obviously, you've got your Blues regional players out there as well, but for the guys who are aspiring to that, today is another level.
Free kick given by referee Kirby. Well, it wouldn't surprise me now that the players hold it. Whether they go back for a scrum, would certainly be my call. Eventually they get there.
Obviously listen to your call. Good opportunity now for the Blues 8 to really put pressure on this London Welsh scrum for me, Andy. They've had it too much their own way, and you know, why not make an extra special effort here to try and disrupt, at least present Glyn with a bit more difficulty in launching Ollie Barkley and London Welsh backs.
Well, look at the two Welsh internationals in the front row, maybe one playing out of position, but doing a reasonable job of it. Murphy goes blind, second time of asking. Does enough to present the ball for Ryan Glyn. Finds Morris, his hooker. Taken down by Shiki. Barkley. The blindside winger, Josh Doninio, comes in. Marshall to the ground by Gareth Davis. Is it a turnover? No. And then again, finds Murphy. Good step from the number 8. Barkley, flat ball to the replacement, McNally. Excellent tackle again from Shiki. Oh, he wasn't held. The ball has popped up. It's an opportunity. Scramble defence from the Blues. Excellent play. All hands to the deck, and you have to say this will probably be a yellow card.
No.
Well, they can't go quickly. Referee wants to have a word. I'd be amazed if this isn't a yellow card.
Well, it is, but I'd like to have another look at it.
On the ball, playing the ball.
Great shadow, and Rhys Shallard's the victim there, but
I felt he was on his feet. I thought it was a fantastic display.
Post.
I think it's brilliant open side play from Shallard. Let's have another look before I commit myself, because he might have the danger, I suppose.
Call it now.
I'm going to go Shallard's hard done by. Let's go for it.
Makes the tackle, back up on his feet.
That's marginal.
I think it's incredibly good play.
That's great play from Shallard. For me, I think it's all about, on that occasion, Fergus Kirby trying to reward the attack inside there. Would they have scored? Could they have got another phase to try and score? And Charlotte, for me, just tracked it back and did superb open side play.
Indeed. I think the referee is correct in as much as he feels it is a penalty, then it has to be a yellow card. But I think that I concur with you, Anthony. I think that was very, very good open play. It's a pretty harsh decision. Just behind the posts, you might catch sight of London Welsh second row West on crutches as Barkley draws the score level.
Well, London Welsh realise they're in the game, don't they? I mean, you know, it's okay, 3 points in front of the post, you've got to take it, I suppose, but it just goes to show that this game is very, very even. Here we see Glyn launching his backs here. Ollie Barkley's got plenty of time. And this is where he's not held, and to be fair to Martin Thomas, he perfects the tackle law there and gets going.
You see Shellard again then, I think that was, I think he's very harsh. Oh, a great chase again, it's that man, Benham, doing exceptionally well. Now, is that in touch?
I think it is.
Well, he's showing a full array of skills. Firstly in attack, and secondly chasing the kick. It's a deeper kick from outside half. Davis, and then Alan Orcock gets his kick charge down. A great strength from Ellis Benham, forcing Kieran Murphy into touch and giving the Blues Premiership 15 an excellent attacking opportunity. 5 metres out.
Great hunger. I don't know what the kicking style of Orcock there meant, to be fair, but it doesn't matter. Benham really hungry down that left wing, because those deep kicks sometimes you think, what's the point of chasing? But to be fair to Benham, he's hungry.
It's a knock on. Well challenged by Lyndon Welsh, just slightly knocked on though, so it'll be scrum advantage, out 15.
Big scrum, because it's been very difficult to get the platform to launch the Blues attack here. Now
would be an opportunity now again to involve Benham. He'll leave his blind side, has done, stood inside Gareth Davis, and it'll be Alan Orcock who cannot leave his berth on that blind side.
Absolutely, but the dilemma, as you know better than anybody, for Thomas Williams, he needs to have a decent platform to launch here, doesn't he?
And given his involvement so far, Benham could be just as useful as a dummy runner here.
Yeah, they definitely got eyes on him. 3 points for me. You've got to take 3. It's a good outcome for the Blues, because the scrummage has been.
Yeah. Going in then probably just before the break, 3 points up. I think that'll be just reward.
It's galvanised for me, Andy, by the fact the scrum isn't going well. Had it been going well, they might have re-scrummed there. But you've got to take the points.
Well, given against Jack Gilding on this occasion. Something about in and across.
Well, you know, they
still have a shake of the head from someone in the front row.
They fancy it, don't they, in the scrum, Welsh? You know, they obviously got a tough assignment on their hands week in, week out in their division, the Green King, and you know, clearly that's where the Blues would look to shore it up, or maybe just have a little bit of a different plan, perhaps.
2 from 2 for Gareth Davis, last of which probably right on the edge of his range. Struck it exceptionally well, as he did. So again, drifting slightly to the right, but it doesn't matter, it's through the uprights, and it's the Blues Premiership 15 who take the lead just before half-time.
I've got to say, very mature performance. I think everything they've done has been the right decision for me, for the Blues. You know, a side that Richard Hodges has worked probably against the clock to pull together, get some systems going, but for me, every decision they've taken has been the right decision at the right time.
Barkley goes short, Orcock does well, the winger directed it back. This will be the last passage of play. Gavin Dacey is at the base of that, secures the ball. Williams, scrum half, more than happy to put the ball over the touchline. So at half-time, it's the Blues Premiership Select 13, London Welsh 10. 1 try apiece coming from Armitage. Rest of the points from Barkley, and a startling try from Benham. Rest of the points from the boot of outside half Davis. 13-10, the Blues lead at half-time. Hope you'll join us for the second half.
Dethol, rhanbarth y gleision 3 ar 10, Cymru Llundain 10.
Croeso nôl at ni yng Nghaerdydd, y castell i weld yn y pellter fan hyn, ac yna fflatia heol Westgate wrth gwrs yn cysgodi y stadiwm hanesyddol fan hyn, Parc yr Arfau, sydd heddiw yma yn gartra i 15 dethol uwch gyngrair rhanbarth y gleision, ac heddiw maen nhw'n croesawu Cymru Llundain. Y sgôr ar y hanner yng nghysadleuaeth Cwpan Prydain Iwerddon ydy 15 dethol y gleision 13, Cymru Llundain 10. I'r ail hanner ar fi'n cychwyn y tîm yma ar y ffordd nôl i'r cae yn ôl ni at ein tîm sylwebu. Rob Walters ac yn gyntaf Wyn Griffith.
Welcome back to the BT Sport Arms Park here in Cardiff, where the Blues Premier Select 15 are leading London Welsh 13 points to 10. A try apiece for the sides. Glorious effort from winger Ellis Wyn Benham. There he is. Great feat. Rest of the points added from outside half Gareth Davis. And it was Guy Armitage for the visitors marking a try. And England international Ollie Barkley adding the extra points. 13 points to 10. Anthony Clement, a great first half, and hopefully more of the same to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we were chatting, weren't we, half-time about just still a difficult one to call. The Blues are certainly, for me, more exciting. Got a more exciting backline, but it's whether they can get a bit more possession on their own terms up front to keep the momentum going.
Williams, one of the protagonists of the first half, offloads to Summerhill, and the fullback goes high, aerial route. Good chase from scrum half Thomas Williams, looking to tie and hold London Welsh up. Welsh looking for width. Dacey making the hit in midfield. Kaya. Width now, that's Thomas. Welsh fullback did very well, but so did Sheeky in a great one-handed offload. Davis, there is space in behind her. Armitage should take it, and does. Doesn't quite stand out enough in those fluorescent pink boots, but he has scored a try already. But a little bit of foolish obstruction, really, not required. Well, I think it was Darren Waters, the replacement, who just stepped into the line of play, according to referee Fergus Kirby.
Well, in doing that, it's another opportunity for Gareth Davis to push the Blues further ahead. If he gets this, it'll be 16-10, but that man there, here we see it. Yeah, it is obstruction there. I mean, I've seen those given and let go because the Blues player helped that cause as well by running into the London Welsh player, so good bit of kidology out there, I feel, but the net result is good for the Blues.
Well, Davis has kicked very well in that first half, struck it exceptionally well. 3 from 3 from the kicking team.
So he gets this
Oh,
one.
remember the Premiership Select 15 are down to 14 men. Reece Shellard in the bin. I think we both concur that it felt it was a fairly tough call on the open side. But his outside half is certainly helping the cause. Another successful kick from Davis. And the Blues start the second half as they mean to go on.
It's a great kick, you know, perfect strike there. And you have to say, when you know, with that interesting point over Richel are still off the field, Andy, you know, to be knocking up the points down to 14, you know, is extra pleasurable for the Blues.
Oh, Sonny Parker looking on for Welsh International. I think if this was ice hockey, we'd be talking about the power play and the Blues scoring with one man less.
Interesting restart strategy from London Welsh. Ollie Barkley left footer kicking to the left.
I never understand. It's a harder kick to do.
It is. It's a really tough skill, but they seem to stick with it. But on that occasion, knock on by London Welsh has given the Blues an opportunity from their troublesome scrum, because I say that because it's been their poorest area.
Crouch!
Very difficult options here for Andy from this scrum, isn't there? You look at how the Blues selector lined up, really. You know, nothing short of trying to launch Gareth Davis.
Just needs that opportunity to get to for Tom Williams to get that ball away.
Yeah, it was laboured, wasn't it? Laboured. It needed to get away. I mean, they just languished in there, and I don't know why they did that.
Well, London Welsh opting to go for the corner. Not the most ambitious kick from Barkley. Here's the scrum again.
Yeah, you're almost inviting the referee to penalise, and you know, for me, maybe could have got that away, but significant there from Barkley and London Welsh. They've decided to kick to the corner and try and get this 7-pointer.
Middle ball. Maul is called by the ref. There's Waters, the replacement at the back. Blues doing enough to disrupt. Waters still with it. Taken to ground. Glynn offloads to Kieran Murphy. Murphy has Nathan Morris in support. Barkley stands wide, flicks the ball out to James Lewis. Centre finds his co-partner Armitage. Already one try to the centre. There's a break on this near side. It centres again. Barkley with a little nudge through. It's a very, very well judged kick indeed from the international. And while some of his kicking hasn't been top draw, that is why he's good. And it's Lewis who gets over from nothing. Great skill, Ollie Barkley.
No, great change of direction. Here we see it. Glynn to Barkley, great patience. The try looked on, but it needed scoring. But that's great sublime skill there from Barkley. Nice soft left footer for James Lewis to manage the touchdown, really, because it still needs scoring, to be fair to him, and he's done that really, really well.
Well, you have to say that some of Barkley's kicking hasn't been that clever, but that was very good. It afforded the opportunity for James Lewis to score. Wales Sevens player, also former Cardiff player, so we'll know this area. Sonny Parker looks on. That'll certainly bring more of a smile to his face.
Well executed, and again, sort of smacked of the experience Barkley has. Really realised that perhaps his legs weren't quite going to get around the Blues defence on that occasion, so tried to put that cheeky kick through, and it paid off.
If there was a wrong side for a left footer, this is it. Very, very good strike indeed. And there, when it matters, shows his class.
Yeah, for me, London Welsh all the way to that score, it was all about direct play. James Lewis was running quite strong. Here we see the end result. It was from this Barkley change of direction, cheeky kick, and James Lewis, who was second time involved with that phase play for London Welsh, touching down.
So it's the visitors who were sat on top of the group. Just the one loss that came at the hands of Cornish Pirates. But they take the lead here at the Arms Park. Remember, they have already beaten the Blues 33 points to 29. And for the Blues, it's a must-win game.
Take it in!
And Welsh build again through their hooker, Morris. Little snipe from Glenn, great play from the scrum half, spotted that gap. He's marshalled towards that touchline by his opposite number, Williams, but that was a trademark 9 break.
Yeah, he's done really well. For me, though, significantly, that was Blues' best counter ruck in there. That's why London Welsh couldn't clear their lines.
Well, The Benham try came from a very quick line out, and the Blues select looking to do that again, keep the momentum in the game. Davis has an inside ball, it's spilt then by Miles Normandale. Hands advantage, straight back to London Welsh, and it's a shame because that was good enterprise.
It was, wasn't it? You know, as you said, they are taking those quick throw-ins, but that needed to stay in the hands there, and Normandale disappointed with that. It's all about momentum, isn't it? You know, London Welsh were put under the cosh there really from that restart, and Blues using their best endeavours to keep them down here, and unforced errors like that really just play a little bit more into their hands.
Ydy wir yn cadw cwmni fi yma yn yr Eisteddle. Chi mwynhau'r gêm yma?
Wedi, mae'n gêm dda, mae'n gêm agored am yr conditions
From the
yna
knock on then, it'll be an
Wrth gwrs, o'ch
opportunity
chi chwarae i Cymru
to begin.
Llundain.
Two stalwarts there, Jeff Evans and John Dawes sat in the stand, just a couple up from Catrin.
A ddoi yn un y canol am dwy
Such a
blynedd cyn fod
great
John
tradition
yn
with
symud
London
i,
Welsh. Many players for Wales.
Oeddech chi'n cefnogi
And the Lions over the years.
Gwyn a'r llall heddi? Cyfon, gwyddoch
Yeah,
chi
you'd have to say those two
Anffodus,
would be enjoying this fixture, I would imagine. It's
Maen nhw ar frig y
You know, it's
grŵp ar hyn
tight,
o
it's
bryd, ond mae
exciting.
eisiau buddigoliaeth.
a lot of honesty, a lot of endeavour out
Tîm
there.
Decl y gleision, chwarae teg yr o'i gêm a hanner iddyn nhw.
Mae'n rhoi gêm da.
Well, it's a better scrum from the Blues, but still Murphy off the back. Lewis, try scorer, goes through. Dacey doing his best to try and hold his opposite number up.
Sawl un o'r hyn chwaraewyr lan i'r gêm
Oh,
gynta.
a little bit of a loose pass from Jack Gilding, the prop. Quite often a bouncing ball causes as much problem for the defence as the
Dyna ni,
opposition.
wel, gobeithio newch chi fwynhau gweddill y
Barkley,
gêm pnawn yma. Diolch yn
Raking
fawr iawn.
kick off the left foot, well positioned though by Summerhill. Fullback did exceptionally well and goes infield then, finds Williams. Williams dances round, spins out of the first tackle. The scrum half has done exceptionally well. Shiki realises his 9 is down and fills the role. Flat ball, well judged. Good break from Dacey, took it right on the gain line. Front row working together, Thayer and Andrews. Shiki again getting involved. Morris brings him down. Have they turned him now? Number 8 does well. Davis spots a little gap, slightly hooks it more than he thought, and it went past Alan Orcock. Idea was right, just slightly hooked it, Clem.
Yeah, he did, but I tell you what, Andy, I'm going to go out on a limb now. I think that's the Blues' best passage to play. Great counter-attacking, you know, Shiki's instrumental, solid performance at the back. Samuel Thomas Williams is busy. I just feel the Blues are starting to make different inroads into this game, Andy, for me. I think they're pressing London Welsh attacking line a lot more now, and I think it's no secret. That's why the Welsh are struggling to get out of their half at the moment.
Are we done, Red? Time back on.
Well, two changes coming on. Lewis Jones coming on.
There's your mark, on you.
And also in the front row.
I think what we're seeing now is Ashley James, the Ponty hooker, coming on at hooker, so Scott Andrews will go to tight head now. Craig Mitchell off.
Perfectly explained. Welsh. Just going through the hands, trying to create a phase.
Two, Red, move!
Well, immediately Andrews is told how to make into tackle. He's got to move. Barkley comes back, runs with a little bit of purpose. All hands on deck now for the Blues. 15. Little breakthrough by replacement in the first half, Josh McNally. Oh, little offload from Trevette, didn't quite work. Barkley, here he is, Josh Joninu.
That's fine. Through the gate.
Fijian winger did well, but not well enough. It's pinched. Williams did a little look up before to see who was home. It's only Armitage down there. Chase will come from Davis. Armitage steps. Now he's in a little bit of trouble. Offloads to Joninu. And yet again, it's a good counter from the Blues Premiership. Brendan Snyman was down on the floor. He was met by 2 or 3 players.
Come here, Ted.
Oh, Gareth
Come
Davis
here.
might be in a little bit of trouble here now.
Jevon. No, you're not talking now, I am. You've got the penalty. Come here. You've got the penalty. I'm not going to have this player screaming in my face. You need to have a word with him, otherwise something could happen next time.
Yeah. I quite like that from the ref.
Okay. Out of the way, we're play on. We're here. Thank you.
I'm in both camps there.
Not
Gareth
releasing
Davis
goal. Sorry, great.
is obviously on the edge because that's fantastic cup rugby by the Blues, Andy. That is great harrying. It's good turnover, and what Thomas Williams does, he plays
Line is yours, great.
good old-fashioned cup rugby, pushes
Wait till I
that
hit the floor.
ball into the corner, puts Armitage under pressure,
Nobody in
clearly
front.
not a kicker. Blues racing down, get the penalty. You know, Sheller's back on, he's hungry. Welsh under pressure and typified for me by kicking for the corner. I know it would have been a difficult kick, but Blues keen for the momentum here.
Red.
There was a little bit of venom in that kick as well. Cool head now, Mr. Davis. Look where you are. West being pinched by Lyndon Welsh behind their own line. Josh Doninio again brings it out. The Fijians exceptionally well. Barkley, left foot, textbook clearing, did exceptionally well.
But having said that, they had to work to manufacture that kick, and I still feel the Blues will be happy with
Touched by a member of the crowd.
Well,
with that.
Perfectly explained by the referee. If the ball is touched by someone off the pitch, you cannot go quickly, which is a shame.
But for me, the Blues need to settle down and just win a proper line-out. I know that they've had, you know, good results from quick line-outs, but I think in this instance, just launch another attack now.
Good hands from Jones. He's under a little bit of pressure. Sheiky in midfield. That's what you want. You want the offload. And such a shame. Millard came on at a rate of knots, as is this man now. Lovely offload from the winger, Orcott.
Release Red.
This is intent now from Lyndon Welsh. Flat ball, Murphy. Murphy finds McNally. McNally has the Fijian, Drowninio outside him. Oh, big hit coming in on Trevette.
Release 2.
Glynn waits, as does McNally again. Tackle comes in from Groves.
Release 6.
Ball is there. Oh, big call, but he did call it. And they'll have a penalty there. Now, Devon Groves did play that. He did say release it, and it's left up there.
Yeah, and to be fair to the Blues, they looked at the referee for a little bit of guidance, and Fergus Kirby did say, look, you know, you've got to release him, and you know, clearly that was the signal left from the referee, but I thought it was intelligent by the Blues. Here we see, this is where they've got to stick. You know, Sheiky's looked really, really good there. This catch has to stick, but here we see then Orcott bursting through the Blues covers, and here's the end result. Blues under pressure. And for me, yeah, you're right, Andy, that is fair ball, but they did look across, and the referee rightly perhaps penalised them on that occasion.
Morris goes to the midfield. McNally. Ball is at the back with Waters. Waters, is he sure? He's just short of the line there. Now, is that a double movement?
Well, first quick real time is double movement, but that's why he's given it. I don't know, why couldn't he go upstairs for that?
Well, it's a good line out.
It's good momentum, but as you know, I don't know if you felt the same. It looked a little bit. That's not a try.
Oh, that to me is a double movement.
That's double movement, that is.
It's not momentum that takes him over. It's not his momentum that takes him over.
He has repositioned that ball to score. That is not a try. Very lucky Lyndon Welsh.
Well, Darren Walters and the record books will say differently.
I think for me, it's all about the act of what you do once you've touched the ground. For me, he then placed the ball, Andy.
Barkley again. Scruffy kick this time. Something Gareth Bale would have been rather more pleased than Ollie Barkley, but that man there, try will count. There's the initially dragged down short. I think that's
for me, the credible play from there is to set up the next phase. In other words, push the ball back, protect it. That is a double movement. There we are.
There's the restart from Jared Evans, who has come on to replace Gareth Davis. And the youngster, already 9 appearances for the Blues under his belt, and a great chase through. It's an opportunity. Will it go over? Yes, indeed it is. Lewis Jones, we talked about pressure on the kicker in the first half. It's reap rewards again. Lewis Jones on off the bench, charged the kick down, the bounce was favourable, and the Blues hit back exactly when they needed to.
Well, it's the perfect response, isn't it? Here we see Glyn charge down there. Lewis Jones, 23, preying on that, absolutely superb. He'd be delighted with that. But for good measure, he kicks the ball against the London Welsh player as well. So there is definitely a bit of spice in this game. Good pressure. You know, when you want to score, you just get there, don't you? Good effort.
Well, did very well, didn't he? Very well indeed. Just what the Blues needed. Felt London Welsh just getting a little foothold on the game.
Vindication for me, Andy.
Well, Jared Evans carrying on where Gareth Davis left off. And it is game back on. Blues retake the lead.
It's good, you know, that's, here we see good pressure there again. Great try, and, you know, adding the 2 points, Jared Evans, no easy skill coming off the bench, and good consistency, and Blues rightly ahead.
Oh, it's a bit of a humdinger, really, isn't it? Very, very enjoyable indeed.
14, wait!
What if he called it, ref? Surely it's number 11 he's looking at, not 14. Well, that's Josh Troniniu, despite what the referee was calling.
11 in front of the kick.
He'll change his mind. 11, we all make mistakes.
Grade 1 and grade 9. Grade 1 and 9 change.
Well, there'll be a change. Nathan Trevett and Ryan Glynn played their last moments for London Welsh at the Arms Park this afternoon. Al Marfo comes off the bench, and Josh Davis will come on to replace Glynn at 9.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Well, scrum half Davis scored a try against the Blues in the away fixture. Jones nudges it through now. Thomas Williams will chase that. Ball change, obviously. Williams playing 9 the large majority of this game. A little handshake between the two 9s on the pitch now, working well together, understanding each other. It makes such a difference when you have someone who can play another position.
Let's go, great, please.
Yeah.
Understands when, like that cross kick then, that was communication, understanding each other's position.
No, great versatility in this Blues backline. I mean, you know, for me, that's they've got a lot to shout about with these players. You know, there's some really good combinations, and even bringing the changes. You know, they've still kept it going, which sometimes is easier said than done, Andy.
Go to the backs, good ball off the back from Murphy. Davis.
Release 7!
Armitage, ever a threat in midfield. Davis again. It's touched in flight, so they will continue. injury there.
Ydy Richard Hodges gyda fi now, Richard. 1 point in it, game on.
Yeah, exactly. We just spoke at half-time about the fact that they won't be used to playing on a pitch like this, probably against a game plan like ours as well. So when we get to 60 minutes, we've got to go up through the gears, and hopefully now you'll see a bit of a difference. And
hopefully what happened last time round back in November won't happen again?
Well, we owe them, don't we? It's a much closer game at this stage than it was up in Old Deer Park. We've put our bench on early. We've got wanting to keep the likes of Thomas on there, put him on the wing, and Lewis has come on. Obviously made the change at 10 as well for Jared. So we've got some experienced Pro 12 boys out there now. So hopefully they can get us across the line.
And it is, of course, all or nothing for you now in the next 18 minutes or so.
Yeah, it's knockout rugby. Next time we lose, we're done. So let's see where we are in 20 minutes.
Richard, we will wait and see. Diolch yn fawr, thanks.
Breath of fresh air, Andy, for me. Richard Hodges, really positive. You know, get us across the line, and he's back in his game plan, and he's absolutely right. I think his troops today performed admirably for the first hour.
I think you're right when you consider, in essence, they're a scratch team up against a squad that train day in, day out. That's Daryl Marfo immediately into the action for London Welsh. Another replacement, McNally taking it forward. It's been pinched. Oh, it was knocked forward just, I think, by Harry Millard.
Yeah, it was a good steal there, wasn't it, from Jared Evans. He really is making his presence felt in the tackle area. You know, these 10s these days are big tacklers and good disruptive defenders, and on that occasion it was unlucky there for Jared Evans not to get that going his way. But what for me the turning point in this half has been the Blues have pressed that defensive line. Their line speed's been better. They've really rushed London Welsh. First half it was a bit of an armchair full of Welsh for their half-backs. Now they're under a bit more pressure, and you know, the counter-ruck, is an area that's proving well for the Blues at the moment, I feel.
Set. Well, Josh Davis, no stranger to Wales, having played beneath Dragons and Newport.
Okay, we're pre-engaged there. A bit more distance. Pre-engaged both sides.
Pre-engaged,
Pre-engage, and absolutely both sides. But for me as well, Andy, turning point in the scrum. Do you feel last couple have been good for the Blues?
Certainly a more solid platform to work off. I say that's all that this three-quarter line require. If you can just get a decent ball out there.
But tweaks as well. Ashley James is a hooker. Scott Andrews
has
had a handful of hookers, and all of a sudden they resorted back to, all right, Mitchell's off, but Andrews on the tight end. So you just don't know. Those final tweaks might just give them a little bit more parity in that scrum.
Oh. Good work. Murphy does well. Shellard can't quite get him. It's an opportunity. Jones finds Thomas Williams. Thomas Williams, oh, it's Jared Evans, can't quite, just knocked on. All a little bit haphazard, but trying to run off ball that wasn't really there to run, but you can understand why they were trying it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Lewis Jones was perhaps a little bit harried there. He had a little bit more time than he felt. Here we see it. Here the ball gets spilled, it goes to ground. He's got a little bit more time. Sorry, it's actually Thomas Williams, but that's the fumble. Bit of a shame, but you can understand why there's urgency, because normally in those situations the opposition are breathing down your neck, but I just felt that there was a little bit more time that the players would have had, maybe a bit more communication.
Huge blind side to work with here. Kieran Murphy, Josh Davis, and Alan Alcock just edging over towards the 5-metre line on the far side. There's an opportunity to pinch it. It's been pinched now. Well, it's offside advantage from Darren Waters. They've gone quickly. Lovely angle indeed from Millard. Read that really well, the centre. Good work again now. Williams, Jared Evans nudges it through. Dacey will chase. That's Josh Davis covering the scrum half's done exceptionally well. Will that ball go in? No. Tom Williams steps, needs to get away from that touchline, does very, very well indeed. Jevon Groves finds support. Lewis Jones arms out, looks at the referee, gets nothing. Evans, flat ball, wider, here he is now. Benham, great feet yet again How does he keep going? So many players in attendance. It's a good run from Lewis Hughes. Sets a target. Scrappy though, it's come out on London Welsh's side. Oh, there was an opportunity and you felt that James Lewis there, could he have taken that? Might well have been away.
Some great performances out there, absolutely great running lines. Great pace. As I say, London Welsh could have gone up the other end, but they didn't. Here we see it all starts from here. Lewis Jones takes a quick, and what an angle. No, this is absolutely superb. Millard's been outstanding, absolutely outstanding. Here we hit the short side, the ball sticks, and here's the end result. Benham, this guy beats players for fun. Very, very difficult to pull down. He's just asking so many questions of those defenders, and he's attracting 3 defenders on that occasion. Superb. You know, 3 to single out, Lewis Jones, Millard and Benham on that occasion. Superb for the Blues.
Well, you have to say the angle taken by Millard then was exceptional, and not only that, the move didn't die with him. He rode the tackle, he went for it, he had the composure and the presence of mind to find his support players.
I tell you what, he's a great player, Andy, already. You know, this guy is running lines that you just haven't seen for a while. He's just instinctively good in attack at the moment, and he's busy in defence. I just think he's had a great game, Millard.
Well, likewise that man there, Alice Wynne Benham. As you say, it's very, very positive indeed. Shellard, he's hobbling off. He's been all action, as you would expect from the Ponty man, former Wales Sevens captain. He will make way for Morgan Sinowski. So it might be a little bit reshuffling in that pack. But it was London Welsh that stole it. 33 points to 29 at Old Deer Park.
Yeah, it's a different outcome this game, isn't it? Cardiff Blues, London Welsh were clearly ahead last time. Cardiff Blues made inroads towards the last 20 minutes, but this has been nip and tuck all the way along. But Blues really good value for their lead at the moment.
Pressure. Both teams are scrummaging off the mark. We need to stay on the mark. You're going to make me make a decision in a minute, gentlemen.
All of a sudden, though, these scrummages aren't
not
as
stable and it's not balanced.
Easy for Welsh. You know, they realise psychologically that this Blues pack, you know, it's taken one against the head, it's disrupted the scrum prior to that, and it's their own own put in this time. So we back the Blues to launch a really good platform here.
Well, Roland Phillips looking on, and they'll certainly be wondering about the questions that the Blues are asking, but that's a solid scrum.
Get him into touch! Get him into touch!
But Lewis Jones has done exceptionally well. Get him into touch is the screen from the London Welsh pack, and the scrum half has done exceptionally well.
I leave it, you two. Leave it. Away.
Little bit of extras. I think that might be Shane Lewis Hughes. I tell a lie. I think it's actually Ashley James. No, it's not. I'll change my mind again. It was Lewis Hughes.
Jevon! Gentlemen, we've had a great game of rugby, we don't need that. You look, when I blow the whistle, you react and you move away. Are we clear? Yeah, fine. Off we go. 20 hands in the ruck.
Really?
Back here.
The only thing I could top that was say to the captain, go and have a word with your players.
Hands in.
For me now,
Great.
Okay, concise, clear, clarity from the referee in explaining that, but that's a yellow card. You know, if you're putting your hands in that position, it's a yellow card. Darren Waters is a persistent offender. He was offside of the scrummage 10 minutes ago in the Blues half. He's putting his hands into that breakdown. For me, that referee has to go to the card. But there we are.
Well, not surprisingly, the Blues, via captain Jem Groves, have opted to take a shot at goal. See if they can increase the lead to 4 points. There's something I want to say, but I won't.
I think I know what you're going to say, and I'd probably agree with you as well. It's
a lovely strike, just short certainly bending round. Good clearance kick. Now an opportunity to go Summerhill. I'm not sure. Thank Williams for that, but shows his strength. Little step from Brad Thayer. Jones, rocket of a pass to Evans. Finds Sheeky. Sheeky to number 8. Tucks up, rides the tackle, presents the ball. Just slightly gone behind James, the hooker. And it's been spilt, and now Barkley kicks the ball downfield. Summerhill will be underneath it. Measured kick downfield, but only as far as Barkley, who goes inside to Murphy. Kieran Murphy runs. It's over that first tackle, places the ball for Davis. Barkley again. Armitage steps, looks to get through. Good tackle coming in from the captain, Groves. Important tackle from the captain, as is that one from Lewis Jones, who actually pinches the ball. Now here's an opportunity. There's no one's noticed. Eventually it comes through. It takes Scott Andrews to put the ball into space. Fantastic kick from the hooker come prop, or prop come hooker rather. Alcock gets the ball just outside his try line. He did well to make that meter. What a great kick from Scott Andrews.
Fantastic.
Ball is there now. Tom Williams notices no scrum half, steps in, finds Evans. Evans looks for a cross kick. There was a gap in the way. Now was he in front? No, he wasn't. He's taken it. It's an opportunity for a try for the Blues. Exceptionally well taken. It's that man yet again, Ellis Wyn-Benham. Breathless.
Can I say, sensational rugby. It's an absolute pleasure to watch this. Great skills of the day. I mean, it all starts from Lewis Jones. Fantastic turnover launching that, then a Scott Andrews kick. Here we see, this is fantastic play from Lewis Jones. Not only does he harry there, but he actually wins it. And Scott Andrews, I think here's the end result, but he puts a chip in to force the pressure. Great measured kick by Jared Evans there. And Wyn-Bevan, well, he was always going to score that, wasn't he? He's right there over today, Andy.
Well, the extra points are added by Evans. Exceptionally good strike.
But, you know, obviously the picture there didn't show Jevon Groves' fantastic turnover and Alcock on the line as well. It's some great passes to play here from the Blues. They deserve to be well in the lead at the moment. They got that significant 2 scores as well. So, you know, still a long way to go, 8.5 minutes. But you'd have to say now that I hope they don't sit back now and defend the lead. I hope they keep pushing, Andy.
Well, I have to say, looking at the side they've got out there and the ability of the players, they certainly look to attack at all times. Slightly sliced kick from Lewis Jones, but it's over the touchline. He's dealt with the restart. Well, as you say, Royer of the Rovers, otherwise known as Ellis Wyn-Benham. 2 tries today. Jared Evans, replacement outside half, a well-measured cross kick. Perfectly timed by the left winger. Taps it down. More than happy with his performance today.
Brave as well, you know. Snyman, who was sort of trying to corner flag, big lock there for Welsh, and you know, kept his eye on the ball. Great athlete, good leap, protected in the air. Great dab down.
Britton goes to the back, finds his number 8 Murphy.
Not transferred, 60 went offside.
No, disappointing there. Ashley James deemed to have been offside. Ollie Barkley will waste no time in putting this ball towards the corner. Now that's a much better kick from the outside half, within 6 metres of the Blues select try line.
Yeah, it's good pressure now, isn't it, for the London Welsh? You know, Blues be keen to keep them out. And the offender on that occasion, Ashley James, for me, I think he's been one of the turning points for the Blues. He's come on, he's really hungry, he's a good aggressive hooker. Ashley covers the ground really well and gets amongst it, and I think he's you know, been integral in that scrummage as well.
Red is on the line. Ray step off.
Good line out taken by McNally. Now the Blues will do everything they can to repel this attack from London Welsh. London Welsh, ball at the back, arm out from the referee. Welsh still go, playing penalty advantage. Little offload, that's a prop, Marfo. They'll go back for it. Surely they'll take their time and kick for the corner. Barkley does just that.
Good exercise there from the Blues. I know that when the Welsh were looking fairly dominant there towards the Blues trial, but getting amongst them, disrupting them, you know, ticking away on the scoreboard. London Welsh will be keeping one eye on that, and you know, Blues again need to be just nuisances.
Middle of the line again, ball down at the back. Now it'll be about Josh Davis organising this, driving more. It's in there somewhere, it eventually comes down short, 2 metres of the line. Drive comes, Davis organising. Plenty of chat in attack and defence. Murphy dives. And I think the number 8's over.
Yeah, showing good strength there, isn't he, to good, obviously, long limbs there getting across the line, because for me, like Sir Lewis Hughes, looked like they've done enough there to stop that London Welsh.
Well, Murphy, Kieran Murphy, the number 8 is in there somewhere. Well, he's saying it's momentum. It's another contentious one. However, what you have to say is Fergus Kirby is right on the spot. It's right in front of him.
Well, he's consistent with his interpretation. Obviously, the camera angle hasn't allowed us to see, perhaps from a slightly different angle, but as you said, he was right on the spot. So,
big kick, big moment, big player. Ollie Barkley adds the extra points. It's game on again.
Yeah, not sure if we'll see that again, but it looked like Kieran Murphy hit the deck and then went again. So Roland Phillips will realise that they got 4 and a bit minutes to try and get that elusive score that will take them ahead. But the Blues still deserve the lead for me.
4 minutes for the Blues to stay in this competition. 1 point advantage over today's visitors, London Welsh.
Tackle! Taken in!
Good pickup from Armitage, and a sensible kick because he couldn't kick directly. Summerhill called for Evans. Now Evans needs to support his fullback. Armitage is up there. Good work. Tom Williams sensibly nudges the ball through. That's 7 skills for you. Gets boot to ball again, makes it awkward. Barkley now under a little bit of pressure. Finds the try scorer, Murphy. Murphy offloads. Hodson, the captain, he looks to offload. Can't do so. It's Murphy yet again. Still London Welsh come. Ball is popped up. Barkley, there's space in behind, he chooses not to kick. Step, spin. Martin Thomas rides the tackle. Oh, Jevon Groves comes through, gets strong, now he's gone. Davis has gone quickly to the scrum half. Referee happy. It's the Fijian winner, Danilo. Davis. Barkley. McNally. Don't want to give a penalty away now that is within range, but it's Barkley again. Alcott, tackle is eventually made, but the winger does offload on that far side. Momentum continues. There's the penalty, arm out for the referee. That's what they were looking for. Well, 2 minutes, about to go to 2 minutes left in the game. It's on the right side of the pitch for a left footer. Does he fancy it? Doesn't look that confident.
I think he's going to have a go, isn't he? He's got to.
No, he's got to have a shot.
He's got to go
for it. I can't believe they took that long.
Oh, heroic defence from the Blues. Obviously London Welsh throwing everything at it. Scott Andrews there is the culprit. He stuck his hand in there, and I do sympathise with him, but at the same time he looked back and you think, just hold your hand back. There we are, good scramble defence there from Scott Andrews. Gets to his feet. And there we go. I think his hand maybe comes through now, and that is an offence. Maybe done enough to just pull the man down, get to his feet and just leave it there, but he knows. He'll be disappointed. He'll be more disappointed if the kick goes over. it is a tough kick.
Well, this will be the last kick of the game. I'm sure I just heard the referee say time is dead. All or nothing. That's a great strike. Well, you have to say, cometh the hour, cometh the man, and Ollie Barkley, absolutely bang on. 32 points to 30. Heartbreak for the Blues. They lost 33-29 away from home after a fantastic performance at the Arms Park. It's London Welsh yet again who take the spoils. A fantastic game, Clem. Sum it up quickly.
You know, absolutely superb, and I'm really gutted for the Blues because I felt they did enough. But London Welsh, good, strong professionalism through Barkley to win that. But some great individual performances. Bernard, Millard, Lewis Jones coming on, outstanding the Blues, just unlucky in defeat.
Well, great performance from the Premier Select. That'll be the end of their involvement in this competition. 30 points to 32 they've lost to today's visitors, London Welsh. A great game, thank you.